Far ago that there were 9 individuals, Yemen nationals, who were executed, shot and killed for their alleged involvement in the killing of a Yemen military official. There was a massive hue and cry that was raised by United Nations and these other countries that are named, calling it an unfair, unjust trial not matching the international law. Why cannot a similar campaign be run in Nimisha's behalf?
Well, look, first we need to understand this, that whether you recognize or not, it's my own country. That's what their own point is. I'm talking on their behalf. So when anyone in the world is not recognizing me, it actually doesn't matter. I am the head of this country, and I am leading this country, so it will be my rules there. So other countries have no role to tell me that how to run my own country. If you remember, even Afghanistan had the similar situation, wherein most of the countries were not recognizing the government, but then eventually you had to. So so looking at this situation over here, none of the other countries have that role to actually tell them that, look, you are not the right government. It's their land, it's them who have occupied it, or they have the charge of the government, and they have a right to run it the way they want to. Of
Point
course,
is, how fair is the law that is executing Nimisha?
fair, I would agree to it. But then how the look, it is said that land laws will always be applicable. So if that country has a Sharia law, they will use that laws. So at the max that we can do as a Indian government is that we go and negotiate with them. Because if in their law it is mentioned that, as the earlier speaker said, that the Sharia law is there, so it is for eye for an eye. It is like that. So
Yeah.
if
Again, how many countries across the globe, which are these Islamic nations where Sharia law is implemented with these extremely brutal and uncompromising punishments? I'm also going to, build a contrast, because when Afzal Guru was executed and hanged by death in India, there was so much commotion. There were protests, there were rallies, there were midnight hearings, trial that took place, and it was a much debated, heated topic that consumed the entire nation. And mind you, he was a terrorist. He was a designated terrorist. And as compared to that, there is a woman. She is not Muslim. She is an Indian, or for that matter, a foreign national, and she is being executed in a country that is run by Houthis that have been designated as terrorists, and the illegitimacy of that government is something that is accepted, acknowledged by the rest of the world. And the question being, on humanitarian grounds, is this not then the responsibility of the world, of international organizations who raise issues, pass resolutions when victims in Gaza are being killed, when the anti-Semitic rallies, protests, violence that takes place on a large scale, whether in America or in Australia and in other parts of the world? The question is, should it not be the responsibility of these organizations and countries which call themselves democracies in intervening in the matter, raising a voice against something that is of dubious character?
Had it been that no murder was done, then I think that these organizations would have step forward. But because of a certain reason, I did something, and because of that repercussions, the person died. So so death happened. That murder happened. My intention was not to kill him, but my intention was to just put him at a base wherein I could get my get my passport, we could understand that. But if we here in India we start this kind of a campaign that wherein that girl should be saved and all of that, that would help the Indian government to stand more tall and then talk about it to with the Yemen government, and then they could negotiate. This could only create a pressure on the Indian government.